Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the another tutorial of control system. So in today's video, we are going to discuss the MCQs, and this MCQs is related to control system. So the first MCQs is adding a pole to a system transfer function in terms of compensator represent a dash compensator. So actually we have two types of compensator. The first one is known as the lead compensator, and the second one is known as the lag compensator. Lead compensator is used to improve the transient response, while the lag compensator is used to improve the steady state response. So, in lead compensator, if you want to improve the transient response, then you will use lead compensator, and in lead we add zeros, while in lag compensator we add poles. So adding a pole to a system transfer function in terms of compensator represent a lag compensator. So option B is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQ is a linear time invariant system. Linear time invariant is the LTI system, initially at rest when subjected to a unit step input. Give response, and that is Ct is equal to t e to power minus t into t, and that t is greater than or equal to 0. The transfer function of the system is, so actually the transfer function, and that is given to me, that is equal to output divided by input. So input is the unit step, while the output is given to you, that is in the time domain. So first of all, we need to convert this into an S domain. So if you convert that into an S domain, so that will become 1 divided by S plus 1 into 1 plus 1. So and that is equal to 1 divided by S plus 1 into square. So and unit step, and if you convert the unit step, that will be in S domain, that will be equal to 1 divided by S. So your transfer function, that will be equal to 1 divided by S plus 1 whole square divided by RS, and RS is 1 divided by S, so that S will come over here. So your transfer function will be equal to S divided by S plus 1 whole square. So is there any value which is equal to S? Yes, option D is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQs is, given the transfer function, that is GS is equal to 121 divided by S square plus 13.2 S plus 121 of a system, which of the following characteristic does it have? Overdump, critical dump, underdump, any of the above. So for solving such type of MCQs, we have a standard second order transfer function, and that is your GS, that is equal to CS divided by RS, and that is equal to omega n square divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So actually the characteristics can be found. You can find the characteristic using the zeta value. If your zeta value is equal to 1, then your characteristic will be critical damp. If your zeta value is greater than 1, then it will be overdamp. And if your zeta value is less than 1, then it will be underdamp. So let's find the zeta value. Okay, so first we need to compare these two transform functions. So omega n square is equal to 121. So your omega n, that will be equal to 11. And 2 zeta omega n s is equal to 13.2 s. So that will be equal to, your zeta will be equal to 13.2 divided by 2 times 11. So your zeta value, that will be equal to 0.6. So as zeta value is less than 1, so it will be under them. So the correct option is the option C. Okay, next MCQ is, the unit impulse response of second order system is 1 divided by 6 e to power minus 0.8 t sine 0.6 t. Then the natural frequency is, so we need to find the natural frequency. and your natural frequency is omega n. So you need to find the omega n value. So for that, actually the unit impulse response is given to you. And we know that the transform function, that is the equal to the Laplace transform of the impulse response. Impulse response is given to us, and that is in the time domain. So if you take the Laplace transform of impulse response, then it will convert into an S domain. And in S domain, that will be equal to 1 divided by 6 e to the power minus 0.8 t sine 0.6 t. So in S domain, that will be equal to 0.6 divided by S plus 0.8 whole square plus 0.6 square. So let's simplify it by using the calculator. So this 6 will cut out by this, so this will become 0.1. So here you will get 0.1 divided by, simplify this, so it will be S square plus 0.8 times 8 square. 0.8 square is equal to 0.64 plus 2s times 0.8 plus 0.6, and that's 0.6 square is equal to 0.12. So that will be equal to 0.1 divided by s square plus 0.64 plus 0.12. That's equal to, no, sorry, that 0.6 square is equal to 0.36. So this is 0.36. So 0.36 plus 0.64 is equal to 1 plus that will be equal to 1.6 s. So your transfer function is 0.1 divided by s square plus 0.12 s plus 1. So if you see over here, omega n is equal to 1. So your natural frequency will be equal to 1. Okay, next MCQ is, which of the following transfer function represent underdamped second order system? So this transfer function is given to you, and we need to find that which one is the underdamped second order system. So all transfer function are second order, and we just need to find the second underdamped. So for underdamped, there is a condition of zeta value, and your zeta should be less than 1 for underdamped. And we also have a standard transfer function, that is omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Omega n square, and let's check the first option, that is 1 divided by s square plus s plus 1. Omega n is equal to 1. And 2 zeta omega n s is equal to s. So your 2 zeta omega n is equal to 1. Omega n is equal to 1. So your zeta value will be equal to 1 divided by 2, which is less than 1. Now let's check the second transfer function. And in this case, omega n square is equal to 4. Your omega n will be equal to 2. So let's compare this. That is 2 zeta omega n s is equal to 2s. S will cut out by this s. So you will have omega n is equal to 1. Omega n is 2. So your zeta is equal to 1 divided by 2, which is also less than 1. Now let's check the third one. In this case, the omega n square is equal to 2. So your omega n is equal to 2 square root. So the 2 zeta omega n s is equal to 2s. This s will cut out by this s. So we get zeta value, that is 1 divided by 2 square root. And 2 square root is 1.41. So from this you will get a value, and that is less than 1. So option D is the correct answer. All of the above are the underdamped second order system. Okay, next MCQ is, the open loop transfer function of unity feedback control system is given by Gs is equal to k divided by s into s plus 1. If gain k is increased to infinity, then damping ratio will tend to become. So from damping ratio, that means that we need to find the zeta value. That is your damping ratio. So unity feedback control system is given to me, and that is your Gs is equal to k divided by s into s plus 1. So we need to find the open loop, and the feedback is unity. So your closed loop transfer function will be equal to gs divided by 1 plus gs into hs, and that is equal to gs is equal to k divided by s plus into s plus 1 divided by 1 plus k divided by s into s plus 1 into hs, and that is equal to 1. So let's simplify this. So if you simplify this, you will get such like equation. So your k value will be equal to s square plus s plus k. So now we need to compare it with the standard transform function, and that is omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square. So if we compare this, so my natural frequency omega n square will be equal to k, and my omega n will be equal to k square root. So if we compare this term, so that's equal to 2 zeta omega n s is equal to s. So your zeta will be equal to 1 divided by 2 into omega n. Omega n is equal to k square root. So that will be equal to, your zeta will be equal to 1 divided by 2 into k square root. So if your k is equal to infinity, let's take k is equal to infinity, then your zeta value will be equal to 0. So option D is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQs is, consider a network function hs is equal to s plus 3 divided by s plus 2 s plus 4. What is the steady state response due to step input? So step input is given to you. That will be your RS. Now the hs is also given to us. That is 2 into s plus 3 divided by s plus 2 into s plus 4. Now the question is, what is the steady state response? So we need to find the steady state response. So steady state, it means I will find the response for time that tend to infinity. And this response will give us by using the final value theorem. So final value theorem determine the value of the time domain equation as the time approaches to infinity. So it will give you the value of the time domain equation as the time tends to infinity. And you can get that value from the S domain equation as time tends to infinity. So here S domain equation is given to us. So let's discuss that how we will get the values from the given S domain equation. So actually the CS is equal to RS into HS. So this CS will be equal to RS, and RS is 1 divided by S. HS is given to me, that is 2 into S plus 2 divided by S plus 2 divided by S plus 4. Okay, so now apply the limit. If you apply the limit like this, such that S tends to 0, S into CS. If we have a time domain function, so you final value tell us that you will get the value as time tends to infinity. So we will apply the limit, and that limit will be like this, such that time tends to infinity. So that will be equal to limit into S tends to 0 into S into Fs. So and here S domain is given to us. So I apply the final value theorem, and that will be equal to 2, limit S tends to 0 into S into this function, that will go to 2 into S plus 2 divided by S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 4. Into S plus 4. So this S will cut out by this S. Now we apply the S tends to 0. So that will equal to 2 into S is equal to 0. Here we get 2. Here I will get 2 into 4. So this 2 will cut out by this 2. And I will get value that is 1 divided by 2. sorry, this is s plus 3. So this is s plus 3. So this will be 3, and here 2. So here I will get 3 divided by 4. So 3 divided by 4, option D is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQ is the system function ns is equal to vs divided by 1s, that's equal to s plus 3 divided by 4s plus 5. The system is initially at rest. If the excitation it is a unit step, which of the following is the initial value? So in this case, we will apply the initial value theorem. And that is the opposite of the final value theorem. Actually, in this case, we have a time domain function. If we have a time domain function, so you will take a limit such that your times approaches to 0. So that will be equal to limit such that your s is equal to infinity, s into fs. So this is the initial value theorem. So let's apply this theorem over here. Unit step is given to us, so it means rs will be equal to 1 divided by s, and ns is also given to us. So the ns, that's equal to s plus 3 divided by 4 s plus 5. So this is voltage divided by current. So this, you can say that this is my input, you can say that this is my is. So your vs, which is equal to ns into rs, that's equal to ns is s plus 3 divided by 4s plus 5. Sorry, this is is. So is is 1 divided by s. Now apply the final initial value theorem. So if you apply the initial value theorem, so that will be equal to limit such that my s tends to infinity into vs, and that's equal to limit such that my s tends to infinity into s plus 3 divided by 4s plus 5 into 1 divided by s times s. This is. So initial value will be, this s will cut out by this s. So apply the limit. So that will be like divided by 1 divided by s. So that will be 1 plus 3 divided by s divided by 4 plus 5 divided by s. Now if you apply the limit, then that will be equal to 1 divided by 4, because 1 divided by infinity is equal to 0. So yes, so option C is the correct answer. 1 divided by 4 is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQ is the open loop transfer function for unity feedback system is given by, so open loop transfer function is given to you, and it's unity feedback. Find the steady state error for the step input of magnitude n is equal to. So actually the you can determine it by applying the steady state by applying the final value theorem. But here I will use the table. Okay, and in that table, here this will be your type, and this is, let's say, step input. So in this case, if you look at this transfer function, that is 5 divided by 5 into 1 plus 0.1 s divided by s into 1 plus 5 s into 1 plus 20 s. So here I have s to the power of 1. So it means this is my type 1 system. So as if the type is equal to 1, then if there is a step input, then the steady state error will be equal to 0. If the input is ramp input, then the steady state error will be equal to a divided by a, and if the input is parabolic input, then the error will be equal to infinity. And the equation for the error, that will be equal to E into S, that will be equal to input rs divided by 1 plus gs into hs. So in this case, hs is given to us, and hs is equal to 1. rs is step input, so that is 1 divided by s. So uh, you will apply the limit, and your steady state error that will be equal to limit such that s tends to 0, because I am applying the final value theorem s into es. So you will use this over here. Okay, so if the input is ramp input and the type is equal to 1, like in this equation, so you will use such like steps. Okay, you will follow these steps and find the steady state error. But if the input is ramp input and the type is 0, then the steady state error will be equal to infinity. Or if the type is equal to 2, then the steady state error will be equal to 0. But in this case, this is type 1. Okay, here we have 1 power, so this is type 1, and the input is the step input, so it will be the steady state error will be equal to 0. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, next MCQ is the input output relationship of a linear time invariant LTI continuous time system is given by RT is equal to d square CT divided by dt square plus 3d CT divided by dt plus 2 CT, where RT and CT are input and output respectively. What is the transfer function of the system equal to? So we need to find the transfer function, and RT, and this is my input, and CT is the output. Okay, so we need to convert this into an S domain, and if you want to convert that into an S domain, so your RT will be equal to RS, and as we know that in time domain, your T divided by dt, that will be equal to S in S domain. So we will convert this d divided by dt into S. This is in time domain, and this will be in S domain. So your RS, that will be equal to d divided by dt square. So this will be equal to S square into CS plus 3 into 3S into CS plus 2 into CS. So let's take the CS common. Okay, so that will be equal to S square plus 3S plus 2 into CS. So your transfer function, which is equal to CS divided by SRS input, that will be equal to 1 divided by S square plus 3S plus 2. So 1 divided by S square plus 3S plus 2. So option B is the correct answer. So this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.